guys, Kari's Maggie here and welcome back to my channel. It's that time of year. You know, the panicking, the stress eating, the crying all alone in your room. Yep, it's exam season, guys. One of the greatest problems that students are facing when it comes on to final exams is that they are not sure how to prepare. Well, have no fear, cause Maggie is here to give you some study tips on how you can adequately prepare yourselves for exam and ace them exams. Slay! The difference between preparing to do a test and an exam is that for a test, you're usually just covering 1 or 2 chapters, whereas for exams, you basically have to remember everything you have learned from the start of the semester to the very end of classes for that semester. So here I'm going to give the very specific tips that I believe will work for you when it comes on to surviving finals week. So stick around. By making a study schedule, it allows you to study for the exams that you have first, leaving time for you to prepare for the exams that you have later on. That way, you're not cramming to study 2 days before your exams. Make sense? Now that you have your study schedule, try studying everything in small chunks. Do not try to get everything done in an 8 to 10 hour study session. It's just not going to work out. Your brain is going to get tired, you're going to get frustrated, and well, frankly, you're just going to give up. You're going to find that by studying in smaller chunks, you retain information better that way, and it will feel like you're accomplishing a goal every single day. So for my next tip, it really depends on how you retain information, so I won't label it to this is how you have to do it. Some people work well with reading aloud, so hearing the information, they're able to retain it better, while for others, it's best for them to rewrite the information, whether it's by hand or typing it out on small PowerPoint slides that they then use later on to study with. While highlighters can be your best friends, it really does not make sense highlighting the entire page of a book for you to study. It's just not going to work out. It would be best if you have little flashcards, writing key points like definitions that you basically will get the main concept of that chapter or that specific topic, and then you can further elaborate on it. If you need to take the information with you, you do not have to lug around this big book, but you can have your flashcards with you anywhere, in the cafeteria, walking, etc, etc, etc. If you've never tried study groups, I would highly recommend it. And you only need a group of 3 to 4 persons who are basically on the same page with you, who all want to ace that exam. In these study groups, you can learn from each other. You can also teach each other, so if you're really good in a specific topic, you can teach it to the person, and that way you are also retaining the information, because if you can teach it to someone and they can understand, then you're pretty much good. If you don't understand something, you can bounce ideas off your study group members and they can help you better understand the concept. Although study groups can be a great outlet when it comes on to preparing for exams, certain courses will require you taking some personal time to basically just practice, practice, practice. Now for this next part, some of you are not going to like the sound of it, but you are going to want to retrieve all those quizzes and tests that you have and work those over. Whether you passed or failed them, find them and work through the questions. This gives you a better understanding of all the materials that you're confident and strong in, and also the material that you probably need to work on because you probably did not really understand the concept. Just a little secret between you and I, those very same questions that are on your quiz or test, oftentimes your profs use those same questions on your exams, or they use questions that are very, very similar to them. You're welcome. Also, YouTube and Google, they're basically your best friends. There are so many videos out there with people who actually teach you how to do like a problem for math or chemistry if you're not fully understanding it. If you are comfortable enough, go and see your prof. But never ever study on a hungry stomach. You're just not going to be able to concentrate. Always ensure that you have something in your stomach beforehand, or you bring something with you. Avoid junk food because it's just going to make you feel lazy, and then ethnic fatigue is gonna fit in. Get light snacks like granola bars, fruits, anything that you can snack on. Energy boosting snacks, those are the best for when you're studying. It keeps you going. Take regular study breaks. Now I don't mean study for 1 hour and then take a 4-hour Netflix break. I mean in between studying, if you feel as if you're getting frustrated because you're not getting a particular problem or something is not making sense to you, just take a breather, go for a walk, go get something to drink, or take a nap and then come back to it. If your prof has any review sessions at all, go to them. I promise you, you will not regret it. Oftentimes, these review sessions can help to cut your study time in half. Switch up your study environment. So if you like studying in your room, try to avoid studying in there all the time. Get a difference in the environment. Go outside, go to the library, into a lounge area, somewhere else that isn't a regular spot for you. Now that you're in this environment, get comfy. I know for some people they listen to music. Honestly, for me that does not work because I just end up singing to the song and it ends up like something like this. Work, 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 see me happy, work, 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 see me do me da 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 da. And then I just lose concentration and I don't get any work done. So something I could have completed in an hour probably took 3 hours to complete because I was busy singing Rihanna or Beyonce. So what works for me is that by listening to unfamiliar instrumentals, I'm able to stay concentrated and focus on what I'm doing. And also chewing gum helps to trigger my memories. Anything that basically helps to keep you in that zone, that study zone, do whatever that helps you. You will find that using the same study techniques for every single course is not going to work out. There are some courses that just requires a different type of style in order for you to have the information really registered. So for example, with biology, if you're doing stuff that included a lot of diagrams, you would try to draw diagrams and that will help you probably remember a cycle like the nitrogen cycle. For math, it's probably remembering formulas, and by knowing the formulas, you will know how to apply them when you have a question on it. And then you have language courses like French, which sometimes it will just be based off memorization. There's no going around it. You will just have to know things that are given to you in class, and if you don't know them, you're pretty much screwed. So different study techniques work for different courses, so pay attention to that. So my final tip to you is that the night before the exam, try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because it really does not make sense going into your exam really exhausted because you pulled an all-nighter. You're just going to have problems remembering information and you're going to feel frustrated with yourself, and you could probably miss out on a mark that you could have gotten because you didn't sleep. Now that you've followed all these steps and more, you will find that you have nothing to fear. Believe in yourselves and go into that exam with confidence. Read through your test instructions very carefully. Manage your time wisely. Focus on only yourself. Do not look around while you're in the test room, and just believe that you got this. Well folks, that's it for this week. I hope that this video was useful to you. If it was, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button. Once again, good luck on your exams guys. You can do it. And until next time, Maggie is out.